channel, and if you're new here, I'm Ceylon Cleo and I'm very happy to have you here. Today I'm here with a massive niche haul, you guys. So I went a little crazy and bought a bunch of niche fragrances, you guys, and I also bought some other designer ones and some other fragrances. I am going to leave them for a separate video because otherwise we'll be here forever. I just wanted to share my niche fragrance haul with you guys today. So if you guys want to see what I got, keep watching. So you guys, I have a lot of really amazing fragrances from very reputed and exciting niche fragrance houses. Some of these niche fragrance houses I have been waiting to explore for a very long time now. I am finally getting around to doing it, so I can't wait to get started. I think I'm gonna start with the house of Roja Parfums, which I have been meaning to try for a very long time. And I just reviewed one of them. Actually, this haul is probably going up after the review. So I already reviewed the Roja 51 Parfum Pour Femme. I will link it up here. But I also got another perfume from the house of Roja Parfums, and I wanted to share with you guys that one. So here is the box, you guys. This is Roja Enigma Aoud Pour Femme. So here's the presentation, you guys. Pour Femme means for women. So this is a very much a feminine fragrance. So I'm going to take her out and spray. So here is what the bottle looks like, you guys, just like Roja 51 with the gold plate here with the name. And the cap on this one is actually gold. The Roja 51 Pour Femme had a crystal, like jewel-like crystals in it. I believe this is 50 ml. Cannot remember. Oh, you guys, this is good. Very feminine. I can smell it right out of the bottle, but I'm going to spray on one of my strips. And the sprayer is just as good as the Roja 51 Pour Femme sprayer. They all have, I'm assuming, the same sprayer. It's kind of like mist-like, you know, it's like mist. See? It is. Oh. You guys. Very feminine. Oh, this is beautiful. This is definitely a very powdery, fruity, floral, feminine scent, you guys. I believe all the Roja perfumes for women tend to be powdery and very feminine, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the two I have definitely are. It's definitely powdery, fruity, white floral, rose, slightly woody, kind of fresh, spicy vanilla, citrus fragrance. It is floral, it's slightly fresh, it's powdery, it's fruity, it's vanilla, it's sweet, it's very nice. It's a very feminine, sophisticated fragrance. This definitely got a very fresh start with bergamot. In the middle you get the most gorgeous feminine florals you can ever imagine. There is heliotrope, there's ylang ylang, there's jasmine, there's geranium, there's mayrose, there's neroli. And there is peach, I believe, also for that fruity touch. Oh, in the base, you get the most amazing base notes, you guys. There is sandalwood, which is a divine woody note. It's very sensual. And then there is vanilla for that sweet touch. There is patchouli for lasting power. There is orris. There is musk for that edginess. And then there is ambergris for that sort of marine undertones, that slight freshness. That freshness in the opening carries through because there's that ambergris in the base, and then there's argwood, which is oud, which adds that gorgeous, you know, oud just completes things, you guys. I mean, oud is an amazing woody note. It's a gorgeous feminine, powdery, fruity, floral, fresh, woody, amazing fragrance. So this is Roja Enigma Aoud Pour Femme. So next, you guys, I have another one from the house of Roja Parfums. I did a dedicated video of it. I linked it up there already. This is part of my niche haul, so I wanted to feature it in it. And if any of you missed my dedicated review of it, I wanted to share it with you. So this one is Roja Parfums 51 Parfum Pour Femme. It is also for women, you guys, and like I said, I did a dedicated review of this already. So guys, I already talked about this bottle in my dedicated review. Oh my goodness, it is so stunning. Look at that cap. Isn't it to die for? It is kind of like a piece of jewelry. I keep thinking about jewelry when I see this cap. This one, you guys, is also a gorgeous feminine powdery scent. Definitely very elegant, very feminine. Let me spray this again to refresh my memory. So the sprayer, you guys, is to die for. Watch this. It's like a mist. Oh yeah, there it is. This is very, very feminine. This is very much a white floral, yellow floral, powdery, feminine scent. So it's a white floral, yellow floral, fruity, balsamic, warm, spicy, powdery, amber, kind of woody, did I say sweet scent? Very feminine, very, very feminine, powdery, white, yellow, floral, fruity, sort of slightly sweet, woody scent. So in the top you get bergamot, you guys. It's got that fresh start. And the same with the Enigma Aoud. It was just bergamot that was in the opening. So it's like a burst of freshness in the opening. So in the middle, you guys, you get the most perfect white and yellow florals, the best ones. You get tuberose, there's orange blossom, jasmine, gardenia, there's ylang ylang. And then you get also other florals like lily of the valley, you get rose. And then you get a raspberry note that kind of adds that fruity, juicy touch in the middle. In the base, you get a bunch of sort of sweet notes, and there's spicy notes, and then there's green notes in the base. So there is cloves and cinnamon and anise that adds that spicy touch, kind of like gives a warmth to this fragrance. And then there's sandalwood for that creamy woody touch, that sensual woody touch. And then there is cashmere wood, and then there's violet leaf, you guys, for like that sort of powdery green touch. And then there is patchouli for lasting power, and then there's orris root. It's a very good composition, you guys. Definitely a very much a feminine, sort of powdery, white, yellow, floral, woody, sort of fresh, fruity, perfect female, feminine fragrance. I will say though, this one doesn't last on my skin very long, but on my clothes it lasted over 8 hours. Enigma Aoud, however, lasted longer on my skin, and it lasted longer on my clothes as well. I'm not sure if it's like a fragrance note thing. I'm not really sure. My skin, however, you guys, eats fragrances and makeup like crazy. I mean, I could put blush on and like 2 seconds later blush is gone. If I spray perfume on my skin, like it's like my skin drinks it. So keep that in mind. It's Roja Parfums, Parfum 51, Pour Femme. The next house is something I've been meaning to explore for a little bit now, and I finally got around to doing it. So it is House of Sillage, you guys. I have 2 perfumes that I just hold from House of Sillage. So here's the first one. This one is Chevaux though. By the way, guys, this is really gorgeous presentation. So there is the cupcake. So I got 2 House of Sillage cupcakes. So this one's the first one, Chevaux. So here is it in there, and it comes with this little wipe to kind of keep it free of fingerprints. So, and that's, I think, is a nice touch. And it comes with this card with the information on it. So it's very classy, elegant presentation. And here she is, the cupcake itself. Oh my goodness, I am loving this ombre effect here, and the gorgeous, I believe this is like 150 Swarovski crystals on here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is just stunning, the presentation. It's very unique, definitely. I don't know any other fragrance house that has a bottle design like this. So definitely A+ for the presentation. Then the cap is very substantial, very heavy. And it says House of Sillage in here, and the name of the fragrance. Definitely very luxe. And here is the actual perfume. So let me get a testing strip here. Nice sprayer. Oh, yeah. Oh, guys, this is very pretty. Oh, yeah. Definitely up my alley. It's a beautiful, fruity, floral rose fragrance. You guys know how much I love rose fragrances. I just can't get enough of them. This is definitely a very beautiful, elegant rose that's in here. So it's a very rose, floral, fruity, vanilla, woody fragrance. And I love the juicy, fruity opening with the wild strawberry and raspberry with that floral note of magnolia. Oh, very pretty opening. And in the middle you get 3 kinds of roses, you guys. It's rose all the way through. This is a very much a gorgeous rose beauty. Beautiful rose fragrance. So this has rose, there's Turkish rose, and the most expensive rose fragrance note, Bulgarian rose. So there's Bulgarian rose and Turkish rose and rose. This definitely rose through and through. And the base is the most vanilla base ever, you guys. So you get vanilla and tonka bean. And you guys know tonka bean intensifies the vanilla scent, and it's like a heightened vanilla, you know, tonka bean scent. Definitely through and through vanilla in the base, which is very gorgeous. The composition is sort of simple but very powerful at the same time. It's crazy. I mean, that fruity opening with that floral note, and then in the middle with that through and through rose, this makes it a very gorgeous, elegant rose perfume. And that vanilla with the vanilla sweetness, it kind of rounds it up. It's just perfect. I really am glad. I was not sure what to pick from this house, you guys. I went back and forth between a lot of choices, and I settled on this and the other one that I'm about to talk about here in a second. I definitely don't regret buying this. This is an amazing addition to my collection. This is Chevaux d'Eau by House of Sillage. So the next one right here, you guys, is also from House of Sillage, and this one has the same presentation as the other one. So here is the same kind of cupcake sitting in there. It's pretty much the same presentation, so let me take her out. And this one is green. It's gorgeous. So this one has the same 150 Swarovski crystals. Gorgeous cupcake bottle. Just looks really stunning. Passion de l'amour. So this one is also gorgeous with that stunning cap. Very hefty. Very substantial cap. Love the crystals on it. Love the color. Actually, I don't think I have anything that looks green like this. You guys, this one's good too. Spoiler alert. This is very balsamic, kind of spicy. I can smell the woody notes. So it's kind of fruity as well. And it's very sweet. So it's a fruity, sweet, woody, warm, spicy, vanilla, balsamic, patchouli, floral, and sort of fresh, spicy scent. There's a saffron and raspberry in the opening, and I think bergamot too. There's raspberry for that sort of juiciness in the opening with the freshness of the bergamot. In the middle you get caramel and amorous oil, so this definitely has that gourmand touch. I know that tonka bean is not a fragrance note here, but this is producing that sort of tonka bean like scent with the caramel tonka beanie kind of smell. It's kind of gourmand. So in the base you get oud and Latex Absolute, which I think is adding to that, like, you know how tonka bean can smell a little bit like vanilla, smoky vanilla? So this has that effect because of the Latex, I think. So amorous oil is like a woody kind of oil. It's a woody oil. So there's that like sort of woody earthiness there. I think it's the Latex Absolute in here that sort of adds that sort of tonka beanie vibe to this. The smoky tonka bean kind of vibe. I believe there's oud in here too. I'm not sure. And then there's vanilla and patchouli. So obviously the vanilla mixed in with the Latex maybe what creates that tonka bean like smell. Definitely smells like tonka beans to me. I don't have anything quite like it in my fragrances. I do have like tonka bean based fragrances. They don't quite smell like this. I mean, this technically doesn't have tonka bean in it, but all those fragrance notes in the composition kind of makes it like this fruity, woody, spicy vanilla kind of fragrance. I don't know. I want to explore more from the fragrance house. In fact, speaking of which, I got 2 samples with my purchase. This is Passion de l'amour. Definitely a good choice. Next, I have a perfume house, 2 fragrances from a perfume house that I've been meaning to try for a while as well. Finally got around to ordering some from them. So it's Zerjoff, and I have 2 fragrances from Zerjoff here. So I have Bouquet Ideale by Zerjoff here. So this is the presentation, you guys. So you pull it out, take her out. So I got the 1 fluid ounce bottle, you guys. By the way, this bottle is to die for. Who else loves red as much as I do? I love red. Every time I see red, I'm like, ooh, red. This is a gorgeous bottle. I really love the bottle. So I got the 1 ounce bottle because they didn't have the 3.4, the bigger bottle. I really regret that now that I didn't wait for them to restock it before ordering. But anyway, I will be repurchasing this, spoiler alert, when I run out of this. So let me spray it. Love the cap, by the way. It's really unique. I tried this already, you guys. It's divine. Oh, it's so good. I had heard so much about this fragrance from everyone. I heard Demi Rawling talk about this. A lot of people talk about this fragrance. This is actually every bit as amazing as I expected it to be. It's a very warm, spicy, kind of fresh, spicy, woody, like balsamic fragrance, but not in the usual way that you get those accords. Like, this is a very much like a softer balsamic, softer woody, softer, you know, warm, spicy, fresh, spicy. The spices in here aren't cloying. It's very soft. It's, you know, it's balsamic, but not like super out there. It's definitely very like aromatic too. It's a woody, vanilla, warm, spicy. There's like cinnamon in here. It smells fresh, spicy, balsamic. There are some white florals in here. It's definitely very aromatic. It has a very soft, spicy opening with the nutmeg and cinnamon. I bought this because I had heard so many good things about it. If I were to just look at the fragrance composition, I might have like been a little afraid to order it because it seemed to me it was going to be very like super spicy, but it's not spicy in the way I thought it was going to be. It's very soft, the spices in here. The opening is a very spicy opening, like I said, nutmeg and cinnamon, but cinnamon isn't like that kind of crazy type of spice, you know what I mean? In the middle, you get a bunch of really gorgeous woody notes. Like, this fragrance is actually more woody than it smells. So in the middle, you get sandalwood, guaiac wood, and Virginia cedar, I believe, and papyrus. They're all woody notes. And papyrus is a very unique woody note. It's a very like strong, dry woody note. And in the base, it's kind of interesting. There's a big dose of vanilla, which I think what makes this softer than it should be, like judging by the middle notes and the opening, right? But I think that vanilla in the base, like it's a very strong dose of vanilla, and then added to that is tonka bean. And so, as you guys know, tonka bean kind of intensifies that vanillic scent. So those 2 notes kind of really softens it. I think that spiciness, the woodiness. And then it has like labdanum, which is like an ambery kind of note, French labdanum, I believe. And then it has musk for that edge. I think it also has tobacco blossom. What you smell is a very warm, very soft, spicy, very softly woody. There are powerful woody notes in here, but it's somehow softer than you would expect it to be. There's that vanilla and tonka bean, like really toning it down, like really rounding it up and making it really sweet. Gorgeous fragrance. This is Bouquet Ideale by Zerjoff. So this is also from the Casamorati line of Zerjoff. This is Dolce Amalfi. This one, you guys, I'm not sure of. I will tell you right away. Spoiler alert. And this one I just happened to get in the larger bottle. How weird is that? I got the one that I thought I wasn't gonna like in the smaller version, which is why I was fine with buying the small bottle, even though they were sold out. By the way, it has this tassel. It's really cute. I like the bottle, actually. I like the frosted bottle with the yellow. This one is too spicy, in my opinion. Yeah, this is very this is a very strong scent. I'm undecided on this one. I don't know if I don't like it, but I can't really, maybe it's one of those scents that I have to wear a while for it to grow on me. It's definitely very warm, spicy, very, very warm, spicy scent. Now, the spices in here, the warm, spicy, that does come through kind of strong. It is also like fruity, sweet, vanilla, and there's amberiness to this as well, and it's like powdery and balsamic. There's a freshness to this fragrance as well. This, you guys, is a very interesting opening with very like exotic fruity note. For example, there's quince. It's supposed to be like an aromatic kind of fruity note. And then there's cardamom, which you can definitely smell. That cardamom kind of stays through, I feel. There's like green apple in the opening, there's saffron. But I'm smelling very strongly that cardamom with that fruity note. It's definitely very aromatic. In the middle, you'll get like a very smoky, spicy middle too. You have cloves and tolu balsam. It's like a resin balsam category note, and there's incense in the middle, which makes it kind of smoky. And in the base, you get vanilla and tonka bean, which makes it very kind of like really sweet and vanilla gourmand kind of touch in the base. And there's amber, which definitely smells ambery. There's musk for a little bit of edge, and then there's, I think, cedar as well. The thing about this that I'm not sure of is the spiciness. This is probably one of the most spicy fragrances I have in my collection. I think Christian Louboutin's Louis Rouge come kind of close with the cardamom, but that cardamom in that fragrance is more of like a very soft, boozy kind of cardamom. This cardamom is kind of stronger, and you can smell it through and through. So I'm not quite decided on this, how I feel about it. It's spicier than what I usually go for, but I do like venturing out of my comfort zone, away from what I usually go for. I'm yet to kind of test this out and figure out how I feel about it. This is Dolce Amalfi by Zerjoff. So next up, I have a fragrance house that I've been wanting to try more, explore more. I already have a fragrance from this house. I have the Ylang in Gold. So you know the fragrance house, it's m.micallef. And I bought 2 more fragrances from m.micallef that I've been wanting to try. The first one I got from m.micallef is m.micallef Mon Parfum Cristal. So this one is a gorgeous, like the color of the juice I love, the bottle I love. I have been hearing some good things about it, so this is what the box looks like. So let me open it up. So here she is. Look at that bottle. I mean, it's in satin here, in a satin setting, but look at that bottle design, you guys. Look at these crystals. You see the crystals right here all around, and like look at the shape of the bottle. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of a weird, like, pointy shape. This one's good. Spoiler alert. Love, 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 love it. It's right up my alley, you guys. This is the kind of scent that I usually go for. So let me spray this real quick. I'm glad I bought this one, let me tell you. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's very uniquely gorgeous. This has a toffee note in it, which I think is amazing. But it doesn't smell the way you would expect it to because of the toffee at all. It's weird, but it smells amazing. This is a very sweet rose, vanilla, powdery, kind of musky. Like there's amberiness, there's soft, spicy, warm spiciness to this. And there is definitely a big dose of caramel that comes through from the toffee note. The opening is like really beautiful with that pink pepper, with that sort of fresh floral, like spiciness of pink pepper. Then there's cinnamon, which gives it that warm spiciness in the opening with this freshness and the floralness of the pink pepper. And then there is rose and vanilla in the middle. The rose in here is just beautiful, you guys. Just a beautiful rose. With that vanilla adds that sweet, gorgeous, you know, touch. And in the base you get that toffee note, which adds that caramelliness to this fragrance. There's amber, and then there's musk to give that slight edginess. I am so glad I got this one. Really gorgeous bottle to die for. Look at that juice color. Do you see the color of the juice? That's actually the color of the juice, you guys. It's not the bottle. This is Mon Parfum Cristal by m.micallef. So next I have another m.micallef fragrance, you guys, and this one I'm a little sad because it arrived broken. Part of it did. This is m.micallef Watch, and the watch that comes with it, the watch part of it, the glass on the watch broke in transit. Anyway, this is the gorgeous bottle. It's also got those crystals. I love m.micallef bottles, you guys. They always tend to be really like gorgeous with those crystals, kind of like the House of Siage, you know how it has crystals. Really beautiful. I love this one too very much. Let me spray it on a perfume tester. Nice sprayer. There's something about m.micallef fragrances, like Ylang in Gold is the same way. There's something very soft and fresh about them. This is definitely a white and yellow floral fragrance, you guys. You can tell that right away. You smell that gorgeous bouquet of white and yellow florals. There's sweetness to this fragrance, there's freshness, there's fruitiness to this fragrance. And then there's tuberose in here for white floral, I believe. So that it's a very white floral, tuberose, yellow floral, sweet, fruity, vanilla, powdery, animalic citrus scent. This has a very fruity, citrus fresh opening. There's plum in here, peach, and I believe mandarin orange in the opening. In the middle, you get the most gorgeous white and yellow florals, you guys. You get jasmine, you get tuberose, you get ylang ylang, and neroli. Neroli is a little bit of a citrusy white floral. And in the base, you get a big dose of vanilla and musk for that edge. So it has that edge, with, you know, it's sweet but has an edge because of the musk. Great fragrance composition. I mean, you cannot go wrong with those notes, as you guys know. The gorgeous white and yellow florals with the vanilla, with the musk, and the opening with the fruitiness, the citruses. Can't go wrong with that kind of composition. So this is m.micallef Watch. Next, I have a fragrance that I've been meaning to buy for a while and I just kept forgetting, and I finally got my hands on this one. This one is from the house BDK. This one is BDK Rouge Smoking. So this is the presentation. You have the little opening here that you get the fragrance out. I love the color of the juice, by the way. Love red. This is kind of a reddish color. It's really beautiful. Rouge means red, so makes sense. So this one is it's a beautiful cherry fragrance. There's a cherry note in here that I'm loving. There's kind of smoky too. This has cherry in here, the cherry accord. You guys know how much I love cherry, so this is definitely up my alley. And this has an almond note, so cherry and almond, can't go wrong with that. I love those two fragrance notes, those fragrance accords in perfumes, period. So it has a huge dose of vanilla. It's sweet. It is powdery. It's this cherry. It has amber. It is musky. It has that almond accord in it. It's kind of woody and balsamic at the same time. There's like slight smokiness to this fragrance. I can see why it's called Rouge Smoking. This opens with that beautiful cherry note, with the pink pepper, which is a nice fruity, spicy note. And then there's bergamot. So those are really amazing for an opening. The opening is stunning. And in the middle, you get black vanilla husk, which is, I think, where that smokiness comes from. And there's heliotrope in the middle. And then there's orange blossom. So it's very interesting. Heliotrope, you guys know, it's a gorgeous blue, purple blue flower, which is really divine, and it's kind of powdery. And also there's, I believe, violet in the base, so that adds to that powderiness. There's musk, which adds that edge. There's tonka bean, there's labdanum and cashmere wood, I believe, also in the base. And then there's also ambroxan, which adds this kind of fresh aquatic marineness to the base, like fresh kind of aquatic nuances to the base. If you guys want to buy this fragrance, I mean, that's where I got it from. This website Fragrance, they have it for like $145. Usually this fragrance, I believe, is like $180 if I'm not mistaken, so it's already cheaper. And then on top of it, they usually have like some kind of coupon code. The last time I checked, there was like a 20% off coupon. It added up to be like 30% off. It didn't last very long on my skin, like 2-3 hours. But on my clothes though, it lasted a lot longer than that, like about 8 hours. So this is BDK Rouge Smoking. Next, I have another very much a cherry fragrance. I've been on the hunt for cherry fragrances, you guys. So I saw this online and I wanted to buy it because the main accord in this fragrance is cherry, and I really wanted to get my hands on it. So this one is Mancera Wild Cherry. So this one isn't exactly what I expected. I expected this to be a little bit more of a boozy gourmand type of cherry, but it's not exactly like that. So Mancera bottles, of course, come in this kind of pouch. It's a gold pouch, beautiful. I love the bottle, you guys. However, because it's wild, you know, like I think this line had like wild leather, wild cherry, wild this and wild that. So this line comes in this kind of animal print bottle, which is kind of cool. This one is strong, you guys. It's strong, like hit you in the face strong. Do not overspray this. If you have it, like 1 or 2 sprays, that's it. Oh, like I said, this one is strong. It's a very strong fragrance. The main accord is cherry, which I love, but it's not exactly the cherry I was expecting. It's not a boozy cherry like I was expecting, like a gourmand boozy cherry like you would find in Tom Ford Lost Cherry. It's not like that kind of cherry. This is more like a sour kind of cherry, but still kind of beautiful. And then there's like powderiness in here with from the iris accord in here, so it's like pretty powdery, but with the cherry and the iris. And then there's almond in here, so cherry and almond. Always when you get the cherry accord, there tends to be an almond accord. It's got this citrusy burst in it too, like there's some citrus accord in here. It's very much a cherry, powdery, vanilla, sweet, iris, sort of citrusy. There's like a citrus freshness in here with that cherry note. There's almond in there. It's like musky and woody at the same time. In the opening, you get a huge dose of cherry, you guys, with that bergamot and lemon. So there's like lots of citrus in the opening. So that cherry is balanced with the citruses. So it's like citrus and cherry at the same time, turning the cherry into a not so much of a boozy cherry, but rather like a sour cherry kind of smell. And in the middle you get like heliotrope, which gives that sort of like powdery violet touch to this, iris kind of vibes to this fragrance, the powderiness. And then there is orris, and there's patchouli and jasmine. And in the base you have a big dose of Madagascar vanilla and musk, and very unique sort of complex composition. It's a very different kind of cherry, very strong cherry. It's a powdery yet cherry, almondy, vanilla, citrusy, complex composition. Mancera Wild Cherry.